Welcome to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Geisel. This podcast is dedicated to helping you create a life that sets your soul on fire. I believe that is truly possible for everybody, but you have to be willing to do a few things. You have to be willing to let go of your past conditioning. You have to be willing to break free from societal norms. And you have to be willing to get really curious about your life and how you can start to look at it differently. Each week, we will hear stories from people who have done exactly this. People who chose to disrupt the life path they were on, go against the grain, and share the lessons and perspective shifts they had to make along the way. Every episode is committed to not only inspiring you and connecting you with other amazing humans, but actually giving you the tools you need to use this information in your own life so that you continue to evolve and reconnect with your highest self. Are you ready? Let's have some fun. Welcome back to another solo episode of the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. I am so grateful to have you here. And today I want to put this out to anybody who has ever felt misunderstood or like an outsider in their own life. And the reason that I say this is because I've been there, and I know a lot of people who have gone down a personal development journey, who have really strived to be the best them that they can possibly be, who chose to take a different path that feel the exact same way. And it's really hard to feel like you're one of the only people who thinks like you. When you're the person who's willing and open to listen to others, but it doesn't feel like anybody's listening to you. It's really hard to not feel valued for what you believe and the way that you choose to live your life, right? And I think what's difficult is that the second that you start to value yourself is usually the same moment that people turn and call you selfish, or they do what they can to try to bring you down a notch. And the reality is that when people don't understand you, they're often going to try to push you down. When you make other people uncomfortable, or there's things about you that people just don't quite understand, that are unknown to them, people tend to go to fear. And then they tend to assume that there's something wrong with you, instead of maybe taking a deeper look within themselves. Let me tell you, it's not easy to walk your own path. It's not easy to do something that might look different from what society says is okay or what has been deemed normal. Right? That's why most people don't do it. But if you're here and you're listening to this, more than likely, it's because you have that spark within you and you want to do something different. The struggle is it's easier to follow the social norms. It's easier to hide in the shadows. It feels easier to stay exactly where you are. It feels easier to not have people look at you and wonder if you're okay or if you have gone off the deep end. It's easier to hide certain aspects of yourself. It feels easier to not talk about your needs and desires. And it feels a lot easier to blame your circumstances on everybody around you, everything around you, the government. Who knows what we're blaming today? But I have to tell you that while it might feel easier in the moment to do all of those things, there is going to come a time where in your gut, you're going to know that enough is enough. And you just can't hide any longer. That you aren't willing to keep putting yourself last. That you know that there's something more for you out there, regardless of what the people around you might think. You're going to know that it's time to make the most out of your life and live it on your terms instead of everyone else's terms. And I just want you to know that when that time comes, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there to hold your hand and welcome you into a community that isn't going to try to change who you are and instead is going to encourage you to discover the person that you've always been. And sometimes we just need to get around people that make us feel a little less crazy for wanting something different. So I say this because if you've ever been there, then you're not alone. You never will be. You just have to find your people. So that community is myself and all of the amazing people that I have met in my life. We are here to support you. And so my action step for you is to find your people. Start looking beyond what you currently know and start looking for ways to connect with people who might think a little different, who you don't feel the need to mold into somebody else's way of being just to be part of that table. Maybe it's time to create your own table. If you're not quite ready for that, then you can join our texting community where you get journal prompts to continue to help you discover more and more about yourself by simply texting journal 2021 to 248-206-3431. You can reach out to me on Instagram or through that same text message number if you're struggling with something. Literally everything that I have built, this podcast, Evolve Beyond Limits Academy, Living Limitless, Press Pause, all of it is so that you don't have to feel like an outsider in your own life. It's to bring people together and give them permission to show up fully as themselves. It's to give a container where everyone in it, including myself, can feel a little bit less crazy. So today, I'm just going to leave you with that message and just invite you along for the ride. Invite you to step out of your comfort zone, to step into something that feels a little more in alignment with who you are. All right, until next time, keep evolving.